Have you ever felt like you needed to ask permission from your age before doing something as simple as changing your hairstyle? Maybe you've heard things like, don't go too long, it's not age appropriate, or stay away from bangs. They're too youthful. Or even, don't dye it dark, it'll make you look older. I've heard it all, and honestly, most of that advice comes from people who've never lived a day in your shoes. But let me ask you something. What's worse than a haircut that doesn't suit your face? A haircut that doesn't suit your soul. Today, I want to break down 5 timeless haircuts that aren't about looking younger. They're about feeling like you. They're about bringing out your features, your energy, your story, and expressing who you are at this beautiful stage of life. Because beauty isn't about turning back the clock. It's about showing up exactly as you are and doing it boldly. Let's dive in. Part 1. The Power Bob. Confidence in every line. There's something undeniably bold about a classic bob, especially when it hits right at the chin or brushes the collarbone. I like to call it the Power Bob because it's not just a haircut. It's a statement. That clean, structured line instantly adds definition to your jaw, frames your face, and draws attention upward, giving the illusion of lift. For many women over 50, this is exactly the kind of subtle but powerful shift that makes them feel sharper, more put together, without looking like they're trying too hard. What I love most about the bob is how it adapts. You can go sleek and polished, or add soft waves for a more relaxed feel. And if your hair is fine or thinning, the blunt ends of a bob actually make your hair look fuller and thicker. No special products needed. I once gave this cut to a woman in her 60s who had just started a new chapter in her life. She said it made her feel awake again, like she could walk into any room and own it. That's what the Power Bob does. It doesn't whisper. It walks in with its shoulders back. Part 2. The Soft Fringe. A small change with a big impact. Let's talk about bangs. Or, as I like to call them, the most underestimated feature enhancer in the hair world. A soft fringe, whether it's a curtain bang, sideswept, or a light, wispy front, can completely change the way your face is perceived. It draws attention to your eyes, softens lines across the forehead, and adds an intentional, stylish element to your overall look. What's great about adding a fringe in your 50s or 60s is that it's a subtle shift that doesn't require chopping your length or changing your whole hairstyle. It's low commitment, especially if you go with curtain bangs. They blend naturally into the rest of your hair and grow out gracefully if you ever change your mind. I've seen so many women light up after adding fringe. One woman told me she hadn't worn bangs since college, and when she saw herself in the mirror, she laughed and said, "I didn't realize I missed this version of me." That's the beauty of a fringe. It can bring a little bit of your past into your present, in the best way. Part 3. The Modern Shag. Effortless movement, ageless energy. The modern shag is one of those cuts that quietly does everything right. It's soft, it's layered, and it works with your hair's natural texture instead of against it. Hair has a slight wave, a bit of bend, or even some frizz. A well-cut shag turns it all into effortless, intentional movement. And the best part, it brings the focus up, toward your eyes, your cheekbones, your smile. For women over 50, this is key. As our features naturally soften with time, we want a cut that adds lift and energy without demanding hours of styling. The shag's built-in layers around the crown create volume where we tend to lose it, while the pieces around the jawline and neck keep everything feeling balanced and fresh. I once worked with a client who had always worn her hair long and straight. She was nervous about change, but also tired of her style feeling heavy and lifeless. When we finished her shag cut, she literally flipped her hair and said, "I didn't know my face could look this alive." That's what a modern shag does. It gives your look a little bounce, and your spirit a big one. Part 4. Face framing layers. Subtle shape, strong impact, not every transformation needs to be dramatic. Sometimes, the most powerful change is also the most delicate. That's where face framing layers come in. This isn't about chopping off your length or going for a totally new style. It's about enhancing what's already there, with just the right amount of structure around your face. Face framing layers are especially effective if you've noticed your features becoming softer over time. These gentle layers can bring attention to your cheekbones, add softness to your jawline, and open up the face in a way that feels light and fresh, and they work beautifully with any hair type: straight, wavy, or curly. I remember one woman who told me, "I want to feel like me again, but just a bit more lifted." We added subtle layers around her face, kept the length she loved, and the difference was instant. She looked in the mirror and said, "I didn't even know my eyes could pop like that." That's the magic of this technique. It doesn't scream change, but it whispers confidence. Part 5. The Pixie and Bixie. Short hair, strong identity. Let's end with a style that people either love or fear. The Pixie. But hear me out. Today's Pixie is not your grandmother's haircut. It's modern, versatile, and surprisingly soft when done. Oh, versatile. Right. Whether it's cropped close for a bold, elegant look or blended into a longer Bixie style that mixes Pixie and bob elements, this cut is all about owning who you are. Short styles like these can be incredibly flattering, especially for women with fine or thinning hair. The volume at the crown gives the illusion of fullness, while the shorter sides add structure and shape, and it's low maintenance too. A quick tussle with texture spray is often all you need. One of my favorite transformations was a woman in her 70s who had worn her hair long her whole life. She came in saying, "I'm ready to see what freedom looks like." We gave her a soft, choppy Bixie with a sweeping fringe, and when she saw herself afterward, she smiled and said, "This is the most neem I've felt in years." That's the beauty of short hair. It's not about age. It's about attitude. If you're feeling inspired to make a change, don't keep it to yourself. Tell me about it. Drop a comment below and let me know which style caught your eye. Was it the soft elegance of a fringe? The confidence of a bold bob? Or maybe you're ready to take the plunge with a fresh Pixie? I'd love to hear your thoughts, your questions, or even your hesitation. It's all welcome here. And if you want to see one of these styles in action, check out the next video where I take a client through a full transformation, complete with before and after and every step in between. You'll see just how powerful the right cut can be. Not just for your look, but for how you feel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a little reminder that beauty doesn't fade, it evolves, and it gets better with every year. See you in the next one.